On this CRV, P0842 is a low-signal fault for the CVT-driven pulley pressure sensor circuit. In plain terms, the PCM is seeing the driven pulley pressure sensor voltage pulled too low. The driver may notice abnormal CVT operation or warning lights, but for diagnosis, keep this focused on the electrical side of the sensor circuit. The possible fault areas are the sensor signal circuit, the sensor power feed, the sensor itself, PCM software, or the PCM. Before diving in, start with the basic system checks. Also, do not chase this as an internal mechanical transmission failure. This code is caused by an electrical circuit problem. Start by turning the vehicle to on mode. Clear the DTC with the HDS, then watch the driven pulley pressure sensor V parameter. The fault is duplicated if that value is less than 0, 21V. If it is less than 0, 21V, keep going into the circuit split test. If it is not less than 0, 21V, treat it as intermittent for now. At that point, the system is okay at this time. So focus on an intermittent short to ground in the PDN wire between the CVT-driven pulley pressure sensor and the PCM. If captured operating data is available, try to reproduce the same conditions. Next, turn the vehicle to OFF lock mode and disconnect the CVT-driven pulley pressure sensor 3P connector. Turn the vehicle back to on mode and check the driven pulley pressure sensor V parameter again with the HDS. If it is still less than 0, 21V with the sensor disconnected, continue to the PDN short to ground check. If it is no longer less than 0, 21V, move to the VCC2 power feed check. For the PDN line check, turn the vehicle to OFF lock mode. Jump the SCS line with the HDS and wait more than 1 minute. Then disconnect PCM connector C, the 51P connector. With the vehicle still in OFF lock mode, the driven pulley pressure sensor 3P connector disconnected, and PCM connector C disconnected, check continuity between CVT-driven pulley pressure sensor 3P connector No. 2 and body ground. If there is continuity, repair the short to body ground in the PDN wire between the sensor and the PCM. If there is no continuity, the PDN wire is okay. At that point, update the PCM if it does not have the latest software, or substitute a known good PCM, then recheck. If P0842 goes away after a PCM update, that completes that path. If P0842 goes away with a substituted PCM, replace the original PCM. If the earlier sensor disconnected check sent you to the VCC2 side, measure voltage between CVT-driven pulley pressure sensor 3P connector No. 3 and body ground. Do this with the vehicle in on mode and the sensor connector disconnected. You are looking for about 5V. If about 5V is present, the VCC2 wire is okay, and the diagnostic path calls for replacing the CVT-driven pulley pressure sensor. If about 5V is not present, repair the open in the VCC2 wire between the sensor and the PCM. After the repair path is completed, go back to the same basic confirmation mindset. Clear the code, watch the driven pulley pressure sensor, V parameter, and make sure the low voltage condition does not come right back under the conditions you are checking. The key takeaway is to prove whether the low reading stays with the wiring and PCM side or changes when the sensor is unplugged. Then follow that split without guessing. For more diagnostic training, visit Diagnostics.com.